Good afternoon and welcome to our webcast on how indicators can get the most out of swing trading. Just the latest in a series of live events produced by Trader Planet in collaboration with well-known industry speakers. Today is Wednesday, July 7th. Thank you for joining us today. This is Darrell, your host for today's session, featuring Darrell Jobman, a senior analyst for TraderPlanet.com. Today's webcast takes place at a specific date and time, and therefore any opinions given by our presenter may change without notice at any time. Trading involves substantial risk of loss and therefore may not be suitable for all investors, and past performance is not indicative of future results. We are recording this webcast and it will be posted on Trader Planet, so you will be able to review the material at a later time. You will also find previously recorded webcasts among our other free member education resources within our site at www.TraderPlanet.com. As one of our foremost trading educators, Darrell Jobman trades his own personal account and has been involved in the financial markets for more than 40 years. A decorated Vietnam War veteran, he was a newspaper farm editor and editor of several agricultural publications before becoming an editor of Futures magazine for more than 15 years. He has written and edited more than a dozen books and courses on trading. While his passion is helping others succeed by teaching the do's and don'ts of trading, his editorial contributions to Trader Planet have really allowed him to take this objective to a whole new level. We're delighted to have him with us today. Let's give a warm welcome to our friend, Darrell Jobman.
Introduction, Darla, and before we get into our session today, the first thing I would like to do is do a audio manager lower corner of your screen. If you click on the menu beside it, if you can hear me okay, sound coming through and all that, just click on I agree. That lets me know that the audio is coming through okay. All right, looks like we've got some reception there. The audio is okay. A couple other housekeeping items I do need to point out, and the first is to point out we do have a couple of percentage point and also CRB data, which provides the data for the chart and charts in a little bit more detail. You may want to go to full screen mode when we get to the chart. You see some of the points, pick them up literally when we get into actual specific prices at which we are talking about making a trade, an entry, or an exit. Well, the first thing that I need to do when I look at trading, how do I want to trade? How style as a trader? What kind of things? What's going to fit my time? What's going to fit my funds? Now, these are all processes that you should know a little bit about what kind of analysis you need to make and what kind of thing that when you do make that analysis, what is it going to be that will not be the same as what works for me or for anyone else? So you need to. And so when I look at charts, when I start out, when I think what I do is I need to start with a bigger picture of where I'm going, and I need to have a general sense of what the market is. I am driving on the roads in southeast Wisconsin. I've been traveling summer, going to grandkids, baseball and softball games, sometimes even basketball. I need to know which way should I go? Should I be going north, or maybe am I going to go west? Maybe I'm going to go, backwards there, but maybe I'm going to go northwest. A lot of different ways that I can go, but I need to know the general direction which I am going to head before I can make my plans as to how to proceed. In some cases, of course, I need to have a more specific idea of where I'm going. I mean, just to say that I need to go north is not enough. I know that I'm not going east. If I go east, I'm in the lake, and that's not good. A sense of direction of where I'm going. If I am going to trade the markets, I need to know what is the primary direction of the market in market that I am going to trade, the target market. And as I that direction, sometimes you have to have more detail. You have to going, precisely what identity the field is located. Maybe it's at this intersection right here. and you need to know exactly the route you're going to get there. Map, you have to get specific roads, you have to get specific streets of that field, and you have to know where you're going so that you can be in the right spot at the right time. I can earth and I can look at the layout of the field. I can zoom. For example, take the dog from someplace cat. That may be more detail than you need to know, but it is part of the puts me into position that I want to be. And now that applies to also applies to trading, and it applies to chart. The general where you are and where you may be able to set up a short-term trading position. That's what we're going to be looking at today, a style of trading that will fit a short-term trading outlook. That's a swing trading roadmap, the way I look at it, comparing that with the direct to get to the right softball field. Well, this is my swing trading roadmap for how I'm going to trade. And there are really three parts to the way I look at trading and analysis and trying to determine what the market might do. And when I break those down into the kind of the major factors there, we remember what the direction of the market is. So you need to be aware of the events, economic reports that are coming out. You don't want to have any surprises. Especially, sometimes you get that knee-jerk reaction, so you know what kind of news might potentially be coming that would. So that's, an obvious type of thing. The headline news, sometimes that can be distracting, sometimes it can be misleading, but you need to be aware that other people, lots of traders, are listening to the same kind of news, and, what they're going to make of that news could affect what your position is. The second thing that I like to look at is what I would call a traditional technical analysis. When I'm talking about traditional technical analysis, I am talking about those things that define, is the trend going up, is the trend going down, kind of a trend following type picture. Is support and resistance based upon, for example, previous highs. Where there are breakout types of situations, all those come from a traditional technical analysis standpoint, which is only focused on the market that we can look at. We're going to look at a little bit more detail a little later, but that is